Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I have the pleasure of reacting to some more Eva Cassidy. We're going to be checking out her cover of What a Wonderful World, of course originally by Louis Armstrong. Then we'll hear her take a stab at Autumn Leaves, which is actually a song that I relatively recently discovered. I heard Nat King Cole perform this one, and of course Nat King has a very distinct style. He is super smooth, super polished as a vocalist, but from a very different era than Eva. And similarly, Louis Armstrong. These are just two very different vocalists, different musicians through and through. So I'm very curious to hear how Eva decides to reinvent these two tracks, because knowing Eva, her voice is the allure. She has such a gentle approach to singing, but she sings with such clarity. Really, all you need to do is just give her a great melody and she is going to run with it. She will run circles around you. She will run as far as you let her. And it's super exciting. I'm also told that What a Wonderful World is actually one of Eva's final songs that she ever performed live. So there's that extra emotional piece going on here as well. But I'm ready to jump into these. But before we do, a massive thank you goes to Daniel for making this reaction request and for bringing more of the lovely Eva Cassidy to the channel. Now, my friends, let's jump into it.
I see trees that are green, red roses too.
Immediate modifications to the melody.
I watch them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I like that it's stripped down like this, opting for more simplicity.
I hear babies cry. Watch them grow, and they'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world.
I like the liberties she's taking with the melody. Still close enough to the original, but definitely her personality shining through.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands.
Listen to the clarity in her voice.
Saying, how do you do?
She can pierce through any arrangement.
But they're really saying, I love you.
Wow. Such a gentle cover.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they're really saying, I love you.
I love so delicate and bright. They perfectly
I
support
watch
Eva.
them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, ooh, what a wonderful world.
Oh my god, her voice just sailing away. Yo, I really liked that. There's there's so many covers of What a Wonderful World. It's been reimagined in all of the possible ways. And at its core, it is this lovely, joyous song with so much energy, massive trumpet, huge personality from Louis coming through in the vocals. And you can go any number of directions with it because you already have so much core material to work with. You could opt for something that is more instrumental, considering like the trumpet being the mainstay. You could opt for something more melodic in the vocals or more cleaned. This particular cover strips everything down, and pretty much the main draw is Eva's voice. Now, that's not to mention the impact of the beautiful piano notes supporting her and immediately like following up her vocal phrasing, sort of like a second fiddle, and similarly with the bass just mirrored below, doing something similar. Like those elements are adding a lot to her specific performance. You could even say an extension being the kind of transient guitar solo, very simple but super emotive. All of that, though, is in service of how beautiful Eva's voice sounds. And that is like pretty much a statement you can spam over and over and over, and it will always be true when it comes to her vocal performance. She has such a pretty voice. There's so much clarity with which she sings. It, like I mentioned, it cuts through the arrangement so easily. And, because I love the original melody of What a Wonderful World so much, when you hear it modified in these unique ways, it almost gives this song like a rebirth of sorts. It gives it new feeling, new meaning. I feel like the emphasis on some of the lyrics in the song were even more geared towards nature and more towards just being calm and present in that place. You could almost think of it as like reading a sentence, and if somebody has a certain vision, and originally when they came up with that sentence to emphasize, let's say, the third word out of five, well, a cover artist may come along like Eva, and she may decide, let me emphasize the second and fourth words, giving that underlying sentence new meaning despite the structure remaining fairly consistent. Now, there are differences at the detail level and a little bit of differences at the structural level, even in terms of some of the chords used in this one. But I really appreciated all of those modifications. Like I said, stripped down, so there's more simplicity to this particular cover, but it works remarkably well. Let's check out the next one, shall we? This one is Autumn Leaves. Love the way her guitar sounds.
The falling leaves drift by my window.
Oh, it's so different from Nat King.
The falling leaves
my god, that darker voicing paired with her bright, beautiful voice is brilliant.
Your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold since you went away. The days grow long.
Oh my god, this one is hitting me, dude. This one is hitting me.
And soon I'll hear old winter's song, but I miss you.
Even the way like she holds out the note, you know, oftentimes singers, they will hold out the note, it will convert into a large vibrato that can crescendo, get louder, and then peak, and then wane and dissolve. But Eva, she keeps her voice in this like narrow middling range that it's sort of like a human compressor built inside of her that allows her to extend the note for as long as she'd like to. And basically listening to her is akin to listening to the wind in nature blowing all over the place. Granted, there's a lot more structure and call it like control over where that wind is going. Obviously, the analogy is not perfect, but she sounds so beautiful. Oh, God, dude, I love the way the darker notes in the chord progression fit against that. We'll just pull it back a lot.
Used to hold since you went away. The days grow long.
See, the vibrato's there, but she holds it in that narrow range.
And soon I'll hear old winter's song, but I miss you most of all.
What
my
a
darling.
gorgeous melody, guys.
When autumn leaves start to fall.
This makes me happy. This makes me sad and also happy. For words right now. This is so beautiful.
Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song, but I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall,
Jesus Christ.
I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
Oh, God. Oh, dude. Beautiful is the understatement of the century for what that was. It's haunting, haunting melody. I love how every element here contributed so much to that melodic air. And again, the shining star, Eva, her voice, the way she carries it, the way she allows it to ride, the way she allows it to break in those moments. Because when there is a stripped down arrangement, it doesn't mean the song is going to sound good. Just to paint the most absurd example, because now the scrutiny is going to be placed on each of the elements, because now there's less for us as listeners to cognitively process and understand and analyze, scrutinize, whatever. And when you get to truly focus on just Eva and her voice, you know that everything that she is doing is so deliberate, it is so controlled, it is so delicate, because at any one moment it feels like if I get my hands around that melody or her voice, it will break, like a sort of dissolving sandcastle that you're trying to play with as a kid, but the moment you do, it collapses. What is that phenomenon? There is a certain effect in just research methodology in general where once you observe something, you have fundamentally changed the conditions of that thing you've observed. Oftentimes this will play up in physics, but take for the example, you're doing some social studies interview with someone, and because you are asking certain types of questions, they may assume that they may have to answer in a kind of way to, let's say, acquiesce to social norms. So instead of giving you their real answer uninhibited, they may, let's say, mitigate or stifle themselves. But in either condition, this is a consequence of the mere observation. It almost feels like, as I listen to Eva, if I were to do anything to her voice, if I changed any element of that room, something about the performance would break, because it is that delicate, and delicate things that are as beautiful as they are, in this case, Eva's performances, they need to be treasured, they need to be handled very carefully. In this regard, I almost feel like I'm some kind of museum curator. I just was witness to one of the greatest performances of the song Autumn Leaves ever. Just so emotional. The tears started welling up. I couldn't control it. And now, if I ever go ahead and share Eva Cassidy with people, I'll be able to point at all of the things and, hey, don't touch here. Hey, just observe there. It's sort of a version of, I'm sure, what you guys feel when you send songs my way. But this was amazing, man. I really, really appreciate the Eva Cassidy request, Daniel. If you would like to request more Eva Cassidy on the channel, you can always do so by hitting the first link in the description box below. But thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.